Side of this bag, I've got just another couple simple photo mats, but I again used the paper to kind of make that nice edge overlapping this photo mat. And this is the back side of the tool that was on the front flap. And for this embellishment here, I just simply die cut that fleur-de-lis with my Cricut out of chipboard and vinyl, and so that would stick on there very nicely to the tool and overlap and kind of match. I don't know if you can see the fleur-de-lis on that background paper, but it matches that paper. This piece right here I did again with the Cricut and acetate, and I really have loving working with this stuff. I did just a simple photo mat here with a scallop punch, and the back side, I hope you can see this okay, I stamped it with the StazOn and used my Copic markers to add some color. See if this helps a little bit for you to see the color. I used some green and some red so that it would tie into the page in front of it. And I kind of like how that looks laying over the top of that page also. But I can add journaling or pictures to either side of that for her. On this side, I hope it's all in frame here, but just another simple photo mat using the paper. This really beautiful shape here in the background, let me just move this, was part of the paper, and it has this really beautiful bird in the background. So I took some feathers and I glued this one to the page and created a pocket, but then I just stamped and embossed right onto top of that feather. So I hope you can see that. I created another simple tag, drawing some stitching lines with another feather that will tuck in right there. And then this came from the beading aisle of my scrapbooking store. So I attached it with the brad so it could just slide over top and hold that photo in place. It was really a dark brown and didn't quite match the layout, so I just inked it with some gold Tim Holtz ink right there. And again, this butterfly over here has some glossy accents on it. So the next page, and I'm a huge fan of this piece of paper. The colors are just incredible. They're very bright and lively and just a beautiful tone with the glitter. But I just made a simple photo mat. Again, cut these shapes out with my Cricut, put some ribbon across there, some felt ribbon on the back here of the chipboard shape, and then a couple of flowers, and these little pieces of metal leaves came with this bird shape. And I again just tinged them a little bit gold so they would match better, and put those behind my flower. On this side, now is that a gorgeous butterfly or what? And that was just on the paper. And I'm sure they probably make a chipboard butterfly just like that for this collection, but I just loved it. So I cut that apart, and creatively cut that apart, glued it to the back here, but left room to be able to slide a picture there. And with this tool, I found some tool that matched the paper. I tied a simple bow, but then I also threaded some other colors of ribbon with the bow, and it made kind of that flittery, flouncy kind of a look here. And the ends were really thick, so I just simply cut them apart. I hope you can see that there. And then added some stickles in gold flecks. So the whole look is meant to look kind of flighty, like a butterfly, and free and frilly for this photo that's going to go there. On the back side, I have another large photo mat with some photo corners there. And this tag was just one of those packaging tags that I first stamped with some lettering stamps. I added a little paper butterfly with glossy accents, and then this beautiful K & Company brad that's kind of 3D. I hope you can see that. I also finished off the back of the tag, so for some reason that gets pulled all the way out. You can see it is finished. And then I glimmer misted that, some chocolate glimmer mist. Just love the color of that one. In the middle here, and I know it's going to be hard to see, so I apologize, there's another acetate butterfly. Again, I just stamped the heck out of it with some StazOn flourishes. I knew I wasn't going to put any photos or journaling on it. It's just simply an embellishment, and I colored it with my Copic markers again. So I hope you can see all those colors, because I tried to tie in the, let me get that back in frame, tie the colors in, and it just is going to flip around from page to page there. Kind of like a little butterfly flying back and forth. This side is another paper bag, and I have some more of that orangey turquoisey paper, so I use the turquoise tool right there, and I found this really cute, again in my beading aisle, this really cute gold leaf that went perfectly right there. It's just a simple pocket and another little photo mat tag. Let me explain the two little tabs right here, because I know it looks kind of odd, but I'm actually going to put a stick pin through there that I'm making for her to go with this gift, and that'll just stay off the edge of there. Now, my mom collects a lot of leaves from plants and butterflies that have died that she finds on the road, and she saves them in books. And so I put a big giant leaf here, silk leaf, to kind of show her that she can tuck some of those memorabilia pieces into her album. And so that's in there. The other side is this beautiful black paper is embossed with this gold foil, and it's just gorgeous. And there happens to be a gold foil bird here and a butterfly on the same page, so I kind of used those two pieces to be able to slide in this photo mat. And this piece is actually just embossed and distressed a little bit, and when she puts a picture on it, she can just slide that back in. And then I added some bling off to this side here. And the final back cover, I just made this giant piece of chipboard long enough to cover all of these pages, and it is pretty thick. Hope you can see that. Just scallop punch the top of that with a Martha Stewart punch. And this little, it's supposed to be a wing, is another metal piece that came with that bird that I showed you earlier. And so I added some stickles to the flower, a little paper punched flower here, and then that metal wing I added some gold Tim Holtz ink to. And then these final three tags I just stamped with all of the butterfly punches that I have, or excuse me, butterfly stamps, and then also the backs, so she can either do journaling or she can put pictures. I'm so happy to have this album done, and I'm excited to give it to her. I hope you enjoyed watching the video and have some inspiration to put on your next album. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and leave a comment or visit me on my website, www.creativecutter.org. Bye-bye.